Friends, we're back again with a Blaha video, bro. He just popped this up like a few seconds ago. He's talking about carnivore diet, the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave himself, Jason Blaha. We're going to react to this video. So Blaha says, calling out the carnivore diet is not about steak and eggs being bad. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody's carnivore.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals discussing some stuff with the carnivore diet. But if you guys would please give me a like down below, subscribe or follow me if you aren't already, and please leave me a comment. That would be great.
I can't do that for you, Blaha, because you still have me banned and you never unbanned me. Even on my second channel, my second name, you've banned me. I don't know, whatever.
Greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think about the video.
I wouldn't write you anything anyways. I'd probably just say hi or something. I don't know. There's nothing for me to discuss with you in your comment section anyways. When you have those live feeds, sometimes I see them and I come up and then I just write something. But I know I'm blocked probably from that too. I just go, hey, Blaha, but you never answer back, so whatever.
Thank you so much for that. All right, on to the topic of carnivore. I'm one of those people who, it's interesting because the carnivores get really upset with me because I'm very...
Holy shit with this carnivore diet. The carnivores get upset with me. Blaha, do you eat meat? Then you are a carnivore. So everybody eats meat. You mean people that have eliminated, they did an elimination diet. That's what they did. There's no such thing. I'm a carnivore diet. There's no such thing as carnivore diet. We are all carnivores. We eat meat. All of us, the entire fucking planet, bro. In Canada, we eat meat. USA, you eat meat. Mexico, everywhere. All the way through Central South America. All the way to Asia, fucking Europe, everywhere, dude. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't make any sense. Why don't you just say what it is? It's an elimination diet. They've eliminated these farming stuff, produce that they're farming, which is artificial.
Carnivore, here's the problem. When you do that, they try to
what's the problem?
pretend that you are against steak and eggs. And
I don't think, who said that? What are you talking about? I don't think anybody's against steak and eggs. They're against animals being killed. So if they're against them being killed, you can't eat any steak and eggs, you moron. What are you talking about?
The reality is, I am very against the carnivore diet, but I am extremely pro.
The vegan community and the crazy people are against these animals being killed, okay? That's all. What it is, it's an elimination diet, eliminating eating artificial farmed foods.
Steak and eggs. I'm also very pro-dairy.
That's good, yeah.
Okay.
Of course you are. Of course you're pro-dairy. Of course you're pro-animal. Want to know why? Because you're a carnivore, you moron.
So we need to be clear from my perspective as a strength coach, as a strength athlete, as a fitness educator. And
strength coach and an athlete? You're not an athlete. I've never seen you do anything athletic other than your lifting slave, gym slave, in your garage lifting a weight. What are you talking about?
Influencer. I actually am an enormous...
You're an influencer, but you've influenced people the wrong way with your 5x5. That's why all those channels have failed. They're gone. Go back and look at them. Where's all the 5x5 people from years ago? They're gone. They made those videos and they're gone. You want to know why? They gave up because 5x5 is dead in the water.
I'm a fan of animal protein. I'm a big fan of lean cuts of steak. I'm a big fan of eggs. I think they're phenomenal.
You should be a big fan. You're a carnivore.
I love dairy. I promote dairy. Okay, so the issue with most of us who are against the carnivore diet is not that we hate these things. This is the same thing that vegans pull, right? The same strategy. I mean, carnivore and vegan are basically the same thing. They're basically the same diet, two sides of the same coin. So they pull the same strategy. Like vegans do that, right? When you bring this up, like, oh, so what's the problem with eating plants? What's the problem with vegetables? Are you against vegetables? It's like...
What is it against eating vegetables, plants? It's farming. It's artificial. It's fake. Why don't you go out in the forest and find some of these so-called plants? Why don't you go eat some of them while you're hunting?
No, not at all. I'm very pro-vegetable, which is the issue.
You're pro-engineered vegetables, or are you like in nature vegetables? See what I mean, Blaha? Blaha's so artificial at this point. He doesn't even know what's real. He probably still drinks sewer water from his tap. No wonder why he looks so bad. He's such a poor physique, because it's a known fact. When they take in tap water, they've done these tests. They found that when they did these like tomography, or they did these things, they showed them on an X-ray. They showed like the stem cells. They were smeared across. They destroy stem cells. Is what they do. That's another reason why you're aging. You've got your tap water is filled with chemicals too. It's got chlorine and fluoride. It's nasty stuff, man, destroying you. More accelerated aging, more aging.
With the carnivore diet, I am extremely pro-vegetable, and
Can you imagine drinking bleach every single day? You're drinking bleach, man. You're drinking chemicals. Come on.
everyone who is fitness oriented, everyone who understands nutrition, looks at.
Listen, bro. They are the so-called what you call carnivore community, this elimination diet community. They're all pro health. That's why they do it. They do it for pro health. That's it, bro. Pro health. See what it's something natural. I know it's hard for you to comprehend natural because you're such an unnatural being in this artificial environment. So you love eating artificial stuff, engineered, artificial, whatever, man-made crap, garbage, junk, right? So I know you can't help it because I mean, look at you. You have no hair. You have a pumpkin head, a bald head, and your body is very poor. It's melting. You're suffering from sarcopenia. You have diseases everywhere. You told us in the ears, face, this, that. You have metabolic diseases. You have psoriasis, eczema. I don't know what else you have. You have a bunch of weird stuff. You may be even impudent for all we know. You probably have no testicles. That's why you're on TRT. It's because you can't stop eating the slave food diet for slaves. Slaves made those foods because they were starving because the masters didn't feed them any meat.
Nutrition research looks at epidemiology, looks at clinical trials, looks at the metabolic ward. It's pro-fiber, pro-vegetable. Okay.
Yeah, look at the Egyptians, for an example. When they ran out of animals, and they ate plants, and then when they started eating plants, they started eating bread. They started making bread, and then they died young because they died of a nutrient deficiencies. That's what they died of. Really, when you go, nobody wants to tell you the truth. When they do these studies on these mummies, they don't want to tell you they died of of lack of nutrients. You understand? Because that would scare you. See what I mean? They ate at the end when they ate all the animals. There were plants. That's why there's a desert there. There wasn't anything left. No animals they couldn't cultivate the land because the animals they ate them all. They weren't shitting anymore. They weren't adding back to the land, and so they ate it all. It went barren because they ate it all. Get it? They destroyed the land. It was completely nutrient was mineral depleted.
Hands down. And the issue is, people will try the trendy carnivore diet and they get some short-term benefits.
The trendy carnivore diet. There's no such thing. We're carnivores. We eat meat. That's what humans ate for centuries, for eons. We've been eating meat. The other stuff that we're doing now, that's fake. The farming and stuff is fake, Blaha.
In some cases it's due to adjustments in maybe the fiber because they've already had a really, really bad diet. They've had a diet lower.
The adjustments to fiber, you're not supposed to be eating fiber. It just ferments in your stomach because you can't digest it.
Fiber, they've had a diet that's damaged.
Listen, dude, we're not ruminant animals. You understand me? We're not ruminant. We don't bring it back up and chew on it and then keep bringing it down. We're not ruminant. We can't digest fucking fiber, bro. Come on.
Their gut and all these things. And so then when they temporarily remove some of the fiber, they get some relief. But when they also remove all the junk food, they get the relief.
When they they get some relief from the fiber. I love this one. When they temporarily remove some of the fiber, they get relief. Why do they get relief? Because it doesn't belong in their stomach. They get relief from the fermentation and the farting and the bloating and the oxalates and all the damage that it's doing. And all those plants are sprayed anyways with glyphosates, pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. It's nasty, bro.
It's like that's something people forget. Any extreme diet that you follow that takes out the garbage, all the refined sugar, the things like that, as soon as that comes out of...
See, he admits it. Any diet that takes out the refined sugar, all these bad foods, the moment you eliminate, what's left? Meat, animal products. Why aren't you eliminating the animal products? See, here's the question. He says that these people are carnivore extreme because they have eliminated all the toxic food. So he wants to make you make believe in your head that, they're a specific group of people. They're called carnivore. But here's the question: if they removed all the foods that were toxic, then why didn't they remove the animal products? Want to know why, blah? Because animal products aren't toxic. They don't have sugar in them. They don't have sugar, and they're not toxic. They're highly nutritious. They're nutrient diets, high nutrient diet. So I don't know what you're talking about. So if the so-called meat is so bad, why don't they eliminate it? See, vegans, they don't eliminate meat because it's healthy for you. They've eliminated it because they don't want to kill animals. Get it, bro? So they forego that and they suffer eating plants, which they know they're not supposed to, but they do that because they think they're saving the planet. They're saving these animals. And guess what? They're not saving anything. They're just hurting themselves. You understand me? Because they're stupid. And a stupid does like a stupid does like a stupid says. A stupid says like a stupid does. Or I can't remember that saying anymore. And what was it? Fuck that stupid movie anyways.
Your diet, obviously you start feeling better in a few weeks. Like if you eat a diet loaded full of table sugar, high fructose corn syrup, I don't care what dietary approach you take, carnivore, raw, vegan,
I don't care what you take, raw, vegan. Why do these vegans do raw vegan? See, here's the thing. He has to call it raw vegan. No, they're not vegetarian, they're vegan. They're vegan. What's vegan? Raw. Vegan, it means raw. So what's carnivore? It really means that you would be eating it raw. So it's not really carnivore diet. So what would you call these people? Raw carnivore? I don't know, man. Like, Blaha just, he doesn't make any sense anyways.
A pro diet, chicken, brown rice, broccoli, a paleo diet, a keto diet, any diet that
a diet is fake. It's man-made. It's a behavior, Blaha, like you. You're behaving in a very abnormal. It's very abnormal. You going to the gym in the garage, lifting slave 6-7 days a week, lifting artificial weights in the garage. Adapted to who knows what you're doing there, bro. Get it? I don't even know. I don't even understand your channel anymore. I just make reaction videos to them because they're funny, because you just don't know what you're talking about. See what I mean? Again, meat is highly nutritious. Vegans didn't stop eating meat because it wasn't nutritious or it was causing them a problem. They stopped eating it because they want to save the planet, you dumbass. And people that do just eat meat, it's an elimination diet. They have eliminated the plants because plants are toxic. That's why they have a vegan compilation. All the vegan people are dropping off the face of this planet. Get it? You understand me? Year after year, they make the whole compilation to show you. They're no longer vegan. Why? Because they're falling apart. They're deteriorating. Get it? They're dying. So they had to go back to do what? To eat meat because they couldn't handle it. See what I mean? So none of these supplements are going to save by supplementing their diets. That's not going to save them either. I don't know any person on a so-called what you call carnivore, just a meat diet that has eliminated all the crap. I don't know any of them eating supplements. None of them are taking supplements. You understand me? Me personally, I don't take supplements. I got some amino acids in a container, but that's only for increasing hormone count. It just increases it. But it's made out of animal product. You understand me? It's made out of lactalbumin, whatever, egg albumin. Sorry. So, yeah, I don't know. On a meat diet, you don't need supplements. Eating animal products, and you get seafood, all kinds of seafood. There's all kinds, and meat. There's all kinds, and it's filled with omega-3 and everything. You're in an amazing state. But eating these plant foods, they're deficient, and they're filled with oxalates, and they're anti-nutrient. And come on, Blaha, you know this, man.
takes all that refined sugar out of your diet and takes it to zero. Yeah, you're going to start feeling better within a matter of weeks, but it's because you removed that garbage.
Yeah. Every time you remove these foods filled with oxalates and sugars and poisons and toxins and everything and whatever, you feel better. And then what's left? Meat.
Same thing for certain issues with the gut. Some of that free fructose for people with irritable bowel syndrome. Also a benefit there. But the issue is...
See, he just admitted to you. So the fruits cause issues, the plants cause issues, everything. They got sugar in them. They cause issues.
You had a lot of these people with IBS and stuff, they jump over to this dietary approach, like, oh, I finally got some relief. I'm like, did you try a low FODMAP diet yet? They're like, what? Yeah, that's the standard protocol for IBS. Most people, if they simply go to a low FODMAP type diet, and so then they pick fruits and vegetables.
A low who? What diet?
That are low FODMAP. All of a sudden, they're
What low FODMAP fruits and vegetables? What are you talking about? Eating less fruits and vegetables? Still the same.
symptoms also go away, but then they can still eat fruits, vegetables, fiber, all these things.
But they can still eat it, but they don't have to. See what I mean? Here's the thing. People eating meat, are they suffering from scurvy? Is there a meat compilation out there where their hair's falling out and teeth and all that, getting scurvy? No, there isn't. There isn't a carnivore compilation out there, but there is a vegan compilation where they're deteriorating. So that just says it all, Blaha. What part do you not understand?
Not a problem. The issue is what they're not taking into account.
The issue is people like you that are so dumb that don't understand that there's no such thing as carnivore diet. Humans are carnivores. Anything else you're doing is a diet, is a behavior. It's an abnormal behavior. If you see a cat starting to eat blades of grass, the first thing that goes across your mind is, why is that cat eating that grass? It's a carnivore animal. It's carnivore animal. Why is it eating that grass? It's acting abnormal. Yes, because the behavior is abnormal. But you don't know why it's eating that blade of grass. Maybe it's got a reason for it. It doesn't eat it every day, does it? Here's the thing. You see bears, they're carnivore animals, right? They eat fish and stuff and whatever. Shellfish, fish. They eat animals, whatever. Okay, they go in the forest and they eat these blueberries. They don't eat anything else, but they just go in there and they eat these blueberries. Why? It's abnormal behavior, isn't it? For a bear that's a carnivore animal to go in there and eat these fucking blueberries. But why is he eating it? Does he do it all the time? Not really. He just does it for a reason. There's a reason why he needs it. I don't know what that reason is. See what I mean? So if humans ate these so-called tubers, like they said in history, oh, we found these things, they ate these tubers from the ground or something. I don't know why they ate those tubers. Maybe there was something in there they needed. There was something in it that they needed. Who the hell knows? See what I mean? But humans, as far as we know, are carnivore animals as well. So you could say the behavior is abnormal, but the behavior at this point in time in this artificial environment is so egregiously fucking abnormal. It's egregious, bro. It's crazy. Humans are nuts. They eat every type of garbage. They make waffles, pizzas, sludge, things out of seeds. They grind it up. They're basically eating cardboard. Like, think about it. You get wheat, right? You get these seeds, right? It's like cardboard. It's like sawdust. They grind it up into sawdust, and then they add some stuff and make it gooey and soft into a powder, and then they make this thing called pizza out of it. And then, the bottom is like, it's really hard, the crust, it's burnt, it's kind of brown, and you eat that. You're eating cardboard. You don't even realize you're eating cardboard. Bread is cardboard. You're eating bark from a tree. It has absolutely zero nutrient value. Zero. The only thing that they give you that has a nutrient value is the cheese. You most likely crave the cheese that's on the pizza, but everything else is garbage. Well, yeah, they put on some toppings for you there, just to keep you happy. Few pieces of, like, I don't know, salami or some shit, sausage or whatever, right? It's just garbage, bro. Anyway, and they put on tomato sauce. It's acidic.
A couple things, and I'll discuss the more extreme end. The number one, the gut flora extension, the lack of fiber, the lack of antioxidants, the
lack of what antioxidants? Meat has antioxidants, and you don't need fiber. You need protein, and you need nutrients. You don't need that.
Prebiotic foods, the foods that will feed your gut.
Prebiotic, probiotic. You can get them from animal products. They have them in raw milk. What are you talking about?
Flora, you're not getting them, and you will have a lot of it die off, and sometimes it can be permanent. This is an enormous problem. A lot of them are not willing to address. They're like, I'm a good health
okay.
Now. What do you mean? If this diet's so bad, then why am I not dropping dead while they eat their steak and eggs on camera? dip it in butter or whatever. And the issue is that they're not thinking through the long-term damage. They're not thinking through the
Their issue?
consequences, and they're going, well, yeah, they're going, well, I'm not feeling any problems yet, but what happens in 2 or 3 years when you do have the gut problems? And people are like, well, I don't know anyone doing it, but all of us who are coaches do. I do. I've actually had multiple people I know who I interact with online, including people I've collaborated with, like Ario, who said, yeah, I've had clients who tried this approach and they had serious gut problems a month down the road, right? So that's the point. That is the point. Is that they're not.
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point? Man, there's no point to any of this.
Taking that into account. They're not taking into account. They're not taking.
Why is Blaha so worried about what people eat? He should be worried about himself. Look, Blaha, we don't want to eat tofu, okay? It's fake. We don't want to eat any of that stuff in your basket, your food basket. No thanks.
Into account those consequences. Right? They're not taking into account those consequences. So you have that. Then the other end, they'll jump up and say, well, you know, LDL doesn't contribute to atherosclerosis. That's a myth, but it's not a myth. It's extremely well documented in the literature. It is extremely well documented with tons of stuff.
What is?
All around the world, and it's widely accepted at this point. There's tons of direct clinical evidence. LDL-C is the #1 driver of atherosclerosis. So the problem is they'll ignore that, and then they remove the cardioprotective stuff, because it's not that steak is automatically going to cause that. It's like steak when you've removed all the cardioprotective foods, the antioxidant foods, and all these things, all the vegetables and fruits and things.
They're not protective. They have fucking toxins in them. They don't protect you. They cause inflammation in everybody's belly and fermentation and farting. That gas is a toxin coming out. You call it fart, but it's toxins being released out of your butthole. What are you talking about? And that bad breath that you have, Blaha? Your stinky breath because nobody wants to be with you. That's all from that, fermenting. It's coming out of both holes, your mouth, and it's coming out of your ass. And those oxalates, they're dumping from your head. That's why your hair's gone. And they're coming out of your eyes and your skin. That's why you look like a melted candle.
That will help you with that. When they're removed, it exacerbates it. Then the state does become a problem. But on its own, in a balanced diet, it's not an issue. So they.
What do you mean balanced diet? There's no such thing as balanced diet. That is what we are, carnivores. We eat meat, okay? We meat.
Do that, and then they go even further, and then they're like, let's then
what?
add.
See, he's got to make it up. He's got to think about let's. They got to take it a bit further. Further where?
Really refined garbage. So then they go, instead of just saying plants are bad, this is already bad enough. We've removed all this healthy.
They say plants are bad. Vegans know that plants are bad. They don't eat meat because they don't want to kill the animals.
Stuff from the diet. But they don't just stick to steak and eggs. What do? They're like, let's go find the most unhealthy refined animal products that we can. Before long, they're adding butter to everything.
Refined animal products that we can? Nobody wants to eat refined animal products. We want to eat natural animal products, but because they're domesticated, you're not gonna exactly go out there in the wild and hunt. The government probably put you behind bars for hunting.
Right? Again, plenty of data on butter. We know butter does not have.
Anyways, I don't have a freezer big enough to put a deer in my home.
The same effects on blood work that milk does. Whole milk doesn't have actually significant negative effects on your health markers. It's been studied. We know this. It's fine.
Whole milk? No, they already know that pasteurized milk has it's bad markers, bro. It causes problems.
Butter does. When it's compared side by side.
Here's the thing. A lot of problem with the milk is the animal grass-fed. No, they're usually grain-fed, grass-fed, and then they're grain-finished. See what I mean? They're eating something that is not natural to them. They tolerate it, but it's unnatural. See, here's the thing. Your body tolerates these fake foods, but it's unnatural, but it's tolerating it. It's like it's not that you can't eat them, but your body's tolerating it. But you shouldn't be eating it. That's about it. See what I mean? It's just crazy.
In clinical trials in the metabolic ward,
Yeah.
butter absolutely has a negative effect. But then
How does butter have a negative effect? It's made out of an animal product. It's not made from plants. It hasn't been processed out of these crazy plants that they make, that they farm.
eat tons of butter and then pretend it's healthy, and they'll say, well, we know this is.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's from a grain-finished animal. Maybe the animal, they fed the cow corn stalks and corn. That'd be even worse, because then the animal gets something called dysbiosis, and then it's passed on to you when you eat the animal products. So is butter unhealthy for you if you get it from a healthy animal? Obviously not. But if you're eating something from an unhealthy animal, giving birth to whatever, some crap, what did you expect?
But it's not. The data shows it's not. And it's, again, refined, stripped of all its nutrients. People
But
say,
I really doubt it anyways. It's still better than the alternative. Butter is good for you. I don't know what Bilal's talking about.
what do you mean refined? It's just been done this or that. Yes, all those processes, skimming the cream, churning the butter, you removed all the protein, all the calcium, all the magnesium.
No, you haven't. It's got nutrients in the butter. It's in there. They've done tests on it.
All the B12, all the stuff you want, the great stuff in milk, the amazing stuff that makes milk such a powerful superfood that gives us.
Yeah, but when they pasteurize the milk, all that stuff is gone. They had to add some artificial stuff in there. So there's many things that are missing in your so-called pasteurized milk, blaha, your fake milk that they pasteurized.
Muscle and athletic performance, you are removing it. And if would
It's
just
already been removed. Why are you bobbing your head up and down? I think you have issues, man.
the fat, which elevates your LDL.
Are
And
you addicted to steroids? Maybe it's the addiction of the steroids. You do all these weird bobbings. You're especially, I see you're trying to hold back now from the shaking thing. You're always shaking.
you're A1C. Okay? Or then they're like, let's just eat a bunch of bacon, and they'll start throwing bacon in, and it's like, bacon's got a bunch of nitrates, all those nitrates. So when people say red meat and processed red meat is linked to colon cancer, that's a big, giant pile of data, but when you start extracting deeper into it, it's really the bacon and the sausage. All the food
Yeah, okay.
with all the nitrates and the preservatives in them, which includes bacon. If
Nitrates are from plants. They put it in our meat. Listen to Blaha. He thinks that meat has nitrates in it. Meat doesn't have nitrates in it. The nitrates come from plants. They put it on the meat because plants are toxic. Where do you think nitrates come from? Plants, you dumbass.
what's causing it is not the fact that it's the red meat.
We know that. It's not caused by the meat. It's caused by the plant toxins called nitrates.
So then they take a processed, refined red meat. And then they're going to eat this crap while still ignoring all the fruits and vegetables and things that they need to be eating. This is
They don't need to be eating fruits and vegetables. What are you talking about?
stupid. So when we're against this, we have no problem. It's not an issue with the steak and eggs. It's all the stupidity that goes with it. All right, guys, with that.
Yes, it's all the stupidity that goes with it. The fact that they eliminated all these toxic plants and now they're feeling like a normal human being again. Yes, it's all the stupidity around it. Okay, yes, Blaha.
Really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative.
Thank God. I thought I got stupid, man. I guess I'm losing a few IQ points listening to this guy speak, bro. I don't know. I'm done. See you in the next one, friends. Take it easy.